Hello, everyone. It is May 19th. My name is Amani Reed, and I wanted to give you guys the presentation for our first Advocacy Day. This is a training day. Tomorrow, we're going to have a town hall style meeting with Senator Nikhil Saval and other faith leaders like Climate Action PA, and we're scheduled to have a few others join us as well, with a discussion on sustainable health and development, as well as climate justice and jobs and climate and environmental justice as a whole. But prior to that event, I've set up a training today. Thank you for those that were able to pop in and join, and I wanted to go over the presentation for those who were not able to make it. Firstly, in the conversations of advocacy and the work we're doing, I wanted to point out personal stories, and we actually had started our lobbying days this week with State Representative Donna Bullock and State Senator Tim Kearney. And in those meetings, we all that were participants gave our personal stories. And I just wanted to share the importance of personal stories, whether we're meeting with legislators or we're going in the office, any opportunity we have to speak on why our story matters in this conversation of climate justice and environmental justice is important. So you can see on the screen, I'll read as you can join along. You may think that your story doesn't matter, that people aren't interested, and that you shouldn't be talking about yourself. But when you do public work, you have a responsibility to offer a public account of who you are, why you do what you do, and where you hope to lead. The thing about it is that if you don't author your public story, others will. And they might not tell it in the way that you like. So definitely keep that in mind. And when thinking about climate justice, energy justice, environmental justice, the story of self, think about a story from your life that impacted your view. It could be a personal experience or a person in your life who influenced you. What was the injustice you saw? What was the vision for a better world that was threatened by this injustice? What choice did you face? What actions were you called to? What did you learn from the story about justice, about the world, about yourself? And these are things to keep in mind. So as far as taking action and things you can do, while we're still in the month of May for this bike and hike trip, firstly, you can support the Whole Home Repairs Act by Senator Nikhil Saval. And we are looking to send postcards to Governor Wolf on this this bill, which is going to help families in Philadelphia that are suffering from housing inequalities and needing a housing assistance, as well as weatherization programs and also jobs. We're sending thank you letters to Governor Wolf for his support. And also there's a lot of momentum being built in the legislature, a lot of support, and the governor has supported this bill. Handwritten mail also is a great way to get the attention of an elected official. And when they see you took the time to write out your message and mail it, that demonstrates that this issue is important to you. And by generating hundreds of postcards, which is the goal from across the state, we can demonstrate there is significant grassroots support. And info on how to write those postcards I will have for you all. Very simple, you get a blank postcard, you can decorate any way you want, write Whole Home Repairs, and you can say something like, Governor Wolf, I'm writing to urge you to support the Whole Home Repairs Act and work to get it passed in this year's budget. The Whole Home Repairs Act is a bipartisan bill that will fund home repairs and weatherization and create new jobs in a growing field. You could even say funding home repairs is important to me because, and you can add your personal story here. Or you're concerned about staying in your neighborhood, or you are a loved one struggling to repair your home. So these are things to think about, even lowering energy bills across the states. And these postcards are going to go to the governor's office, which is 508 Main Capitol Building in Harrisburg, zip code 17120. And I believe this information is on public record as well, so you can find the address online. And don't forget to put a stamp on, and you can send it. We're looking to send these throughout the month. We've been doing that. And there's a rally for the Whole Home Repairs that's going to be taking place this Tuesday, May 24th at 10:45. It's actually going to be in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. If anyone's interested in attending it, we'll also be sure to follow up with you guys on how that went. But as we know, it's time to win things that are helping our climate, helping our environment. And the Whole Home Repairs Act is one of those things. So we're happy to support the senator with this. We also are supporting Penn environments with their climate action lobbying days, which they host every year. This is one of the biggest lobbying days in the state. Many and hundreds have supported and been a part of it in the past. It's going to be on Thursday, June 2nd. There will be Zoom meetings with state legislators across the state to make sure Pennsylvania does its part to tackle climate change. You can join for a 30-minute meeting on June 2nd. And there's information to sign up on Penn Environment's website for these meetings. And we hope that you can join. We'll have representatives from Pennsylvania Interfaith Power Lights a part of those as well. And I wanted to plug in some information on Jewish Earth Alliance, as they had a meeting last night where they were where we were heavily speaking on HR 2773, Recovering America's Wildlife Act 2021, and the summary 2372, Recovering America's Wildlife Act of 2022. HR 2773 provides funding for the conservation or restoration of wildlife and plant species of greatest conservation need, the wildlife conservation strategies of states, territories, or District of Columbia, and wildlife conservation education and recreation projects. And the Department of Interior must use a portion of the funding for a grant program. This grant must be used for innovative recovery efforts for species of greater conservation need, species listed as endangered or threatened, and the habitats of those species, which we need to take care of the most. There's actions, and you can write a letter to your local legislator in support of this, and there's more information which I can provide for you guys, as well as a template, so you don't have to do everything on your own. And always remember, sharing your personal story is very impactful. So, good neighbor rule. I want to talk to you about that, as we have a deadline, I believe, of June 2nd to get public comments in. But the Environmental Protection Agency's proposed cross-state air pollution rule, known as the good neighbor rule, will produce harmful air pollution from both power plants and the industrial facilities through employment of existing technologies. You can submit your comment to the EPA, urging leaders to quickly finalize this rule, and ensure it contains comprehensive geographic coverage, which will provide up to $18 billion in benefits to the United States by 2026, and it will prevent up to 1,000 premature deaths, 2,000 hospital emergency room visits, over 1 million cases of aggregated asthma. As we know, our state is suffering from every single one of those, including asthma, which is the highest in the country. So if you have an opportunity to submit a comment to the EPA, we urge you to do so. I want to thank you guys so much for your time and for these updates, and we hope that you can join us tomorrow for our Sustainable Health and Development event with Senator Nikhil Saval and others. Thank you so much and have a great evening.